tension in those twigs should hold that, right? So I can put it over the fire. I've always got some bank line, you know, because it takes up no room at all. You stick that in your pocket. I've always got some stuff somewhere. I got a little fanny pack that I always bring with me in the woods. I always got some there. And I usually have a coil of it stuffed in my pocket. So the idea is you have these two green sticks. This is maple. You use whatever you got. I've got it strung through the handle, right? And you know, because this has this cup, it's like a tiny pot, has a lip, right? I could attach these using their tension to hold that tight, right? And all I got to do is just put a good knot at the other end. Now I can hold this together with my hand as well, my hands, right? But I mean, it doesn't make sense to hold it together with your hands if you can, you know, put a good knot on there, right? And this is just cheap bank line. I find if you keep, you know, popping into a dollar store every once in a while, you can find it there really cheap. And when you do find it, buy like, you know, it's what I did anyway, buy like 10 rolls, and then you've got enough bank line to last you the rest of your life. All right, just using a jam knot here. It's a good knot because you can tie it with one hand. All right, so I got that nice and tight on there, right? All right, that's pretty good. Now I'm just gonna put this in my lap here and cut that off. Of course, I'll put the rest of that rope in my pocket right away. Otherwise it'll be missing, go missing, and never be seen again. All right, but I'm just gonna put a couple half hitches behind that just to hold that nice and snug. Right, but the tension in those green, this is maple, but the tension in those twigs should hold that, right? So I can put it over the fire. Now the trick is you can't have the knots too close to the fire, right? So that's why they're far away from the cup. You sort of position it, right, equidistant. And I'm just gonna take a stick and adjust the fire here so that it's not, I'm gonna adjust the fire so it's not as wide as the knots. So I'm just gonna move the coals around, right? So that there's very little risk of these burning, right? So let's do that now. I got way more fire than I could ever possibly need now, right? So I can, and I mean, I'm not here for the night, right? So I can kind of do things to my fire you wouldn't normally do if you were trying to sustain it. There should be enough coals and enough heat here. Whoops. To make this work. Okay, and those green sticks should have enough, you know, green in them that they don't catch fire, being so close to the fire, right? But I think I've got, I mean, this isn't the best wood because this is all just crap wood that I scrounged from around the woods here, right? But there should be enough heat left over in what I've used here to heat up these beans, right? Shouldn't take much. So, I mean, there's all kinds of gear you can bring into the woods for doing stuff, but I really do enjoy the process of keeping it really simple. Well, those beans are really starting to heat up now. I think they'll be ready in a matter of seconds. They're starting to sizzle a bit. That's good. Another good advantage of this thing is that when I go to eat these, right, the tin will be so hot I can actually hang on to this wooden thing and I won't, you know, burn my hands. One more advantage of using this trick is that you can set it on your lap and it becomes like a little TV. This is a reference I'm dating myself to with, but TV table. People remember what those are from the 70s and 80s. But yeah, you can just sit it on your lap and you basically got something you can eat on, like a little table, right? Because it'll stay in place, won't tip. Neat little trick, right? Little tip on cleanup here. Since I got this still rigged up in the little, you know, pot cooking thing, just put a little bit of snow in there. Just a tiny amount of snow, right? And get that going over the fire. Right, now I can just use a couple spruce boughs. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but use a couple spruce boughs in there. Nature's scouring pad. Wrap it in the handkerchief. Stick it back in your pack, and then it won't get soot or dirt or, you know, if you really care about that sort of thing, that's how you do that.